Welcome to Kantipur Television. You are with Vijay Patel and the presenter Sabda Acharya Deepak Basnet with Rook Singh's videography in Sadeep Becquerel's voice. Nepalese that have long been facing electrical load shedding in Nepal are still on the way to having power cut at homes for almost another 10 years. A private company to avert the issue with a view to bringing new technology has been materialized. Matter of fact, it has brought a unique flash in Nepal. It's now possible to supply the required amount of electricity needed anywhere the public wants is the charm of technology. Nevertheless, new technology often goes inactive in Nepal because of internal bureaucracy prevailed in most of the government agencies. They either stick to the old technology in view of maintenance, or commission, or the new technology of any kind could as well be entertained if commission were back to come. Not any praiseworthy discovery or the kind of new technology is ever to welcome in Nepal without an engineered plan of commission. Any staff members now won't come to knock at your door even if you haven't met the monthly bill. Yet you have got to be sure to receive your home electric bill on time. It's because the technology of EAWHR has already arrived in Nepal. Thus fairly in view of those facing power cut for long as an option. There are quite a few countries across the world that have already used such a kind of technology. Better late than never. Nepal has had now a technology as such using sensitive microprocessors. With the help of computers that clients' data now is accessible to electricity with its full control. So a computer can control on-off switch from home just anywhere from a distant place. And the authority itself governs the right to cut off home electricity supply if a bill is not paid on time. The next important part is to limit power consumption being used at homes. It certainly makes each and every client accessible to check one's meter reading anytime wanted, and the conventional process of sending individual meter readers ends in no time. The kind of meter as such is brought into application in some areas at Jabil, says the chairperson of EasyTrack Private Limited. He says they have devised such meters in 245 houses, of which it is now possible for any Nepal Electricity Authority to switch on and off all the way from his office, and would as well be possible to eliminate the power of the client consumes 200 watts, 50 watts, or whatever the need of watts a current the clients want can be supplied as per the need. Just the same way Nepal can have electrical supply from Mechi, the eastern part, to the west, Mahakali. If we ever devise the technology that's already at hand, they don't need to work out a schedule for load setting, says the chairperson. Option G, eliminate load management to individual homes, is implied to the new technology. The usual supply load can be altered from a house to another during the hour they have power cut a load setting, resulting a client or user can have electricity anytime 24/7. After they have implemented the technology as such, an individual house can have electrical illumination which may read up to 2500 watts. If someone tries to exceed the limit of power more than subscribed, it automatically goes off, and so is prone to controlling from the supplying office. It certainly prevents electrical manipulation too. Millions of dollars are going overseas because of load shedding in Nepal. With the initiative of private company, there's already been a two-party contract between NEA and EasyTrack Private Limited. It has not been materialized. NEA Nepal Electricity Authority and EasyTrack Private Limited had a two-party contract about 2 months earlier, but the executive director, Dr. Zibendra Jha, doesn't have a glimpse of knowledge about the contract. The director says he'll be quite busy after it's been materialized, as I spoke of. That's the reason actually the agreements are signed. In his statement it says, when I say actually electricity is hooked up ahead of electric meter points too, so at least a difficult task as such, someone's be able to read a meter from a distant place, and it's possible to cut off the line and whatnot. It not been able to materialize. We need to do that much at least to bring the technology into action. Now for this part, Mr. Chatrai did say it to me, so he could proceed on and talk too. And for the sake of NEA actually. Right, the file is now with Nepal Electricity Authority. I haven't yet gone through this. Now you tell it to me. Let me talk to all of them and we'll come to know the details. Oh yes, there's an agreement signed by NEA, you are right. When we spoke to the executive director of NEA about the technology of this EAWHR, then only the gentleman started talking to the director of NEA. He says, I mean what you call it as EasyPlat, or the thing that we spared one for testing our feeder. What happened to that? We said we could clear customs, didn't we? Have the materials come? They have been fixed? Okay. Right, load setting that you now able to read electric meter from the office, cut off, anything you like. Does it really work or not? That much at least a thing indeed. They will certainly come to bring positive changes, of course, in the long run. Mr. Ujjal Paudel, the speaker, says almost all the government agencies are very active in give-and-take transactions, often come to land up on issues as such, in spite of the fact NEA itself had to put the technology in use. They have asked the company EasyTrack Private Limited to pay $500,000 as a deposit for each operation. The chairperson, Mr. Kapil, says the talk as such comes as a shame, because it's the kind of technology that NEA should invest upon and put into use for technical reformation. He further adds up, I developed the system and had to get to Sichuan, China on my own expenses, where I was given 7 scientists for this to make it happen. We started from SPL program to microcontroller, the GSM program that we offered, all of those. How difficult it was that we know. Now we say we are ready to invest on our own. It would just be fine whether or not the public or users pay the bill. If they don't, we are ready to bear the expenses being incurred on our own. Upon the request of getting a place, they asked us to deposit $500,000 at first. I was ready even for that, but now I have had $100,000 deposited at NEA. In reporter's voice, they asked for $500,000. Then later it was agreed to $100,000. That's okay for technical purpose. We agreed for that. The hidden cost for those joints to sealing, lots of staff indeed, has incurred considerable investment. What happens to those? You need to understand, don't you? Now that we have devised the meter at your house and is working, to get to this technology introduced, we foresee lots of expenses even ours is gone into. Suppose it doesn't work in the meantime, what will we do with all these equipment of having no use, not any of it? What would be the reason behind in asking for deposit? Technology as such, if introduced by any chance, hundreds of thousands of Nepalese won't experience load setting. A powerful program as such, if devised on time, would certainly help ease the people from load setting. Why does NEA seem to be inactive for its operation? EasyTrack Private Limited fails to meet its commission. This could perhaps be the question from public today. Well then, this is the end of today's Kantipur in Kantipur today. You could as well call on us at 446633 of 400 and 500 extension at 2200 and the line on 5 for your feedback or questions on any of the working days, or may call on us at 974-113-1399663 on our cell phone. Please mail us to azar@kantipurtv.com to any of the stories you have around your place. Please stay in touch with us. We are here to remind you not to miss our program tomorrow. Goodbye and namaste.